A revolutionary. Say whoa. Trap revolutionary. Got the wave of too scary. Doing this thing like Malcolm ain't by any means necessary. We ain't got it by no one seen hand. We got the master plan. Get the movement going on. Right here where we stand, man. We bucking and stumping, fist pumping. Even though they tried to set us up for failure and kill us, we keep on coming. That's why somebody gotta step up and say something about the bullshit. Because if not, the blind gon' keep leaving.
What's going on, y'all? Y'all want to make this video about Karmelo having no obligation to leave under the tent after he was told by Austin Metcalf that he should leave. Okay, and this is under law, because I've been having people to comment on my videos saying that he should have just left, or they asked him 15 times to leave. Under Texas law, he had no obligation to leave. A minor cannot instruct another minor on what to do. That's law. A minor cannot sign contracts, state someone is trespassing, or remove someone from somewhere saying they're trespassing. They cannot engage or transact certain business, or commercial business, can't purchase a home. There's certain things they cannot do. They don't have the authority to do under the law. And even a coach, or even someone, because if you're people saying like, oh, well, the coach told him that he was told to make Karmelo leave. A coach or staff cannot deputize a student to tell another student what to do. That's against the law. And matter of fact, the authority is under the Texas Education Code, Chapter 37. So that authority is exclusively held by adult school officials, and it's in loco parentis, basically in the absence of a parent, that school officials can tell a child what to do, but they can't tell their child to tell another child what to do. So that's why I was telling people, even in my video, like, your argument is moot. You can't, a child can instruct another child what to do regardless. That's law. And it has legal standing, what I'm saying? Like I said, under the Texas Education Code, Chapter 37. Also, you have Texas Penal Code, Section 30.5 B2A, which requires an owner, basically someone that owns the stadium, or they can say, hey, Karmelo, you had a right, you're trespassing, you can't be here. Something like that. What I'm saying? Which it says requires an owner or a parent authority, but student athletes do not possess this, authority. So that's not, you can't do that. Also, it's a right of exclusion. Common law property and capacity rules, which says minors lack the legal capacity, like I said before, to independently control or restrict real property. So regardless, you can't control that stadium. You can't control any property in that stadium, or even if it's a tent set up, they didn't have the authority to tell him, oh, you need to leave. And a coach or whoever or whatever staff couldn't tell him to go tell him to make Karmelo leave. So that's why I said, we got to go by, the law. We got to go by legal standing, not just what we think. What I'm saying? That has to be explained, because I know a lot of people keep telling me like, oh, well, he was told to leave, he shouldn't have been there. And this, no, he had a right. Well, first and foremost, he had a right to be there regardless. What I'm saying? No, tent or not, some other teams tent or not, he had a right to be there. It's a free world. It's a free, society. Now, yeah, you might have a rival team like, hey man, get out our tent or whatever, what I'm saying? But you can't forcibly make him leave. You have no authority to make him leave. And like I said, if there was an authority that told him specifically to leave, then you got a point, man. You got a point, and that's a problem. You refuse to to respect the authority of an adult. Staff at the school. That's a problem. You know what I'm saying? But just another student, peer to peer, nah. You can't force him to leave. You have no statutory right or legal authority to make him leave. You a child to a child, peer to a peer. You can't make him leave. You know, so that has to be understood. And I just want to bring that to light. Like I said, notice basically the legal, you know, the doctrines, legal statutes or whatever. So notice to depart, like I said, which is Texas Penal Code 30.5, section B2A. A minor, that's what it said, why a minor fails the test, because it requires an owner or a parent authority. Student athletes do not possess this. They don't possess that authority. Right of exclusion, that's common law property and capacity rules. Minors lack the legal capacity to independently control or restrict real property. So they can't control any, they don't even own the tent. See what I'm saying? You fighting over something you don't even own. Parts of the stadium, whatever it may be, you know, parts of the track, certain equipment, you don't even own it. You know what I'm saying? And that's sad, because you got students out here, and Austin lost his life fighting over some. I really hate that, man. I'm really feel, you know, remorse. It's really we feel a lot of sympathy, man, and condolences to their family, man, because they lost their son by him fighting over something he didn't even own, man. Like, seriously, think about that. You know, it's kind of like, you know, this is a whole nother story. Us certain sports fans, we fight over teams that we ain't got no ownership on. People getting in fights. Matter of fact, dude, after New York Knicks beat San Antonio, he ended up in the stadium in New York fighting everybody. San Antonio fan. Anyway, let me get back. So, yeah, you know, fighting over something you don't own, man. So minors don't have that right. They don't possess that authority. They can't control real property. You know, Austin lost his life fighting over tent, man, like a school pride, man. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I understand it, but damn, man, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't worth it on both sides. I just put it like that. It wasn't worth it on both sides, but. And the disciplinary authority is another, you know, I say legal element in statutory doctrine. Disciplinary authority. Texas Education Code, Chapter 37, specifically says authority is held exclusively by adult school officials acting in loco parentis. Basically, in the absence of the parents, you know, they can instruct the child what to do or the student what to do. In the absence of the parents, you know, legally, of course, a parent has authority over their child, you know what I'm saying? But school official has authority over the child in absence of the parent when they're in the school functions or in the you know, within the bounds, not binds, but in the bounds of the school, you know. So yeah, man, I'm saying that because I just want to. I'm up, man. I'm falling asleep. I'm studying this thing. I'm like, I know good and well, no child can't impose authority over another child. Y'all teenagers. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell him what to do. And you're not a school official. You are a student athlete. A student athlete cannot tell another student athlete what to do. Because if that was the case, then it would be a whole bunch of problems. You know what I'm saying? Like literally. You know what I'm saying? Because most times teenagers are acting on a number of biases, you know what I'm saying? And I say sometimes immature, decisions. So yeah, that'll be problematic in itself. So yeah, I just want to make this video about that, man, to just clear up that point. Like another child or student athlete does not have authority or can control the movements of another student athlete and tell them what to do, and that's based on the law. So anyway, I just want to make this short video to clear that up, you know, and I hope that this is like argued by, you know, on the appeal, you know, because like I said, Metcalf, you know, Austin didn't have any authority to try to tell him what to do. You know what I'm saying? That's on the statutory doctrine, you know, the elements of the law that I'm speaking on, you know what I'm saying? 3 different, like I said, doctrines, you know, statutory authorities that you know, that state that, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, like I said, just had to clear that up, man, because I'm getting too many comments where people keep telling me, oh, he shouldn't have been there, he should have left. And yeah, regardless of that, them trying to force him to leave, Austin had no authority to make him leave. You know, so that's just that, man. But anyway, I'm gonna get up out here, man. I just want to say that because I just had to. I just couldn't let it go. I've been, like I said, I'm up here studying, man, falling asleep. Actually fell asleep and woke up trying to figure this thing out. But anyway, I'm gonna get up out here, man. You know, I hope y'all, you know, out there doing well, living life full of love and happiness. Living life, you know what I'm saying, strive for greatness and being great, you know, every day. You know, I appreciate y'all coming in on my comment. You know, we hashing it out. We figuring it out, man, trying to, you know, make sense of this thing. You know what I'm saying? Because really, man, I want to get down to you know, just right. Like I said, it's right and wrong. I'm trying to get to, you know, the fact, trying to get to what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? So Karmelo can receive justice on, you know, that he deserved, you know. But anyway, I'm gonna get up out here, man. I appreciate y'all. Till next one, y'all. Love y'all. All right, y'all.
Fuck it, go ahead and blow off the dough. Step through the maze, man, and became amazing. About to rewrite history and change a page in a crooked book that never told us the true story. Like how we were kings and queens before the slave story, before the killing, stealing, and drug dealing on some real shit. We ran the world.